This stadium packs in the biggest crowd in Germany. It's incredible. When it gets really loud when we score, I have to say it can make your ears hurt.
The temple of football that is Signal Iduna Park. 80,000 fit in here.
Matchday moments. Behind the scenes of the Bundesliga's ultimate stadium for scaled-up superlatives.
You could basically say the stadium never sleeps.
New angles, fresh insights into a stadium that truly stirs the emotions.
When the teams run out here, 82,000 people in a stadium like this, it sends a shiver down your spine every time.
He knows every nook and cranny here, and he's always the first to arrive in the morning. He has to be. He's got the keys.
The first job's to open the doors and gates. Once that's done, we get started with the process of basically booting up the stadium, turning on the lighting, optimizing the ventilation, so everything's running smoothly when it opens to the public.
Jörg Bernhard, the stadium technician. His work here is vital to every match day. It's still a long time till kick-off, and there's still plenty to do.
There's 9 of us in the team, and we're here working at the stadium every day.
Every corner, every seat. He knows them all, and yet at the same time, he never stops learning.
It's still something special because every day is different. New challenges, new problems for us to deal with. Covering the whole spectrum of technical issues, it's a hugely enjoyable job.
What lends a place its own magical aura? At the end of the day, this is, after all, just a football stadium. But packed to overflowing on a match day, it takes on an overpowering life of its own.
The stadium's alive, like the people inside it, and they're here to celebrate.
A match day's always special. The whole city's black and yellow.
The Dortmund faithful and their hallowed temple. Let's start with the centerpiece, the workplace itself.
It's at the end of 90 minutes that you see the true character of a pitch. If it's still in decent shape, it's a good pitch with a good character.
A day on the job at Borussia Dortmund. Some have been doing the rounds here for years. Others are new in town, still soaking up the atmosphere. For all of them, it's a labor of love. Dortmund Signal Iduna Park, one match day in the life of a fabulous football stadium. This place of worship needs a lot of tender care. Fortunately, it's in very capable hands.
I'm the head groundsman. I've been here 21 years now.
For top-level players and coaches alike, when it comes to the underfoot conditions at their own stadium, only the best will do. The grass has to be pitch perfect.
The turf's 16% artificial fibre, 18 centimetres deep and 2.7 high. A sliding tackle's less likely to take lumps out of the pitch. It doesn't cut up as badly.
One final pre-match trim, 2.7 centimetres, the regulation length of every blade of grass. The lines are drawn. Willi used to have sole responsibility for ensuring their accuracy by any means possible. These days, the ground staff have laser-guided assistants, straight as an arrow, or perfectly round as required. In the morning, it's still an oasis of perfect green tranquility. Last season's Bundesliga Pitch of the Year. Willi's proud of that. He's lost count of the number of games he's seen here, but the occasion never fails to thrill afresh.
When the teams run out here at 3:30, 82,000 people in a hothouse stadium like this, it sends a shiver down your spine every time.
The innermost sanctum, the Dortmund dressing room. It's an early start as well for kitman Frank Greven. Everything has to be in place when the stars of the show roll up for work. For the moment, he can only mingle with the crowd. Maximilian Philipp, fresh on the books last summer. The striker got off to a flying start at his new club.
Fantastic goal. Sensational.
Now he's on the mend from a knee injury. In a smart overcoat rather than the workday black and yellow, with Marco Reus on hand to help keep up appearances. Another Dortmund star long sidelined by injury. The next debut for Maximilian Philipp, his first game at the Signal Iduna Park as a spectator.
It's a bit different. I've never been here before just to watch a game. Now the moment's arrived. I'm looking forward to it. So far, I've only experienced it all out on the pitch. It's an incredible atmosphere, and hopefully we'll get that again today.
An afternoon in the VIP lounge, photo opportunities, and a chance to shoot the breeze with old acquaintances.
How's things?
Fine.
How's the knee?
Seems okay. I'm running again. No problems or complications. I'm getting there.
The man inquiring about his injury is Fritz Keller, the president of today's opponents Freiburg, the club where Maximilian Philipp played for 4.5 years before joining Dortmund, which naturally makes this match day that extra bit special. And just as naturally, he'd rather be somewhere else right now, down there on the pitch, playing against his former team.
I'm always relaxed before a game. Once it starts, I get worked up whether I'm playing or not. I don't know why. It's probably being a footballer to the bone.
Time for an indispensable pre-match routine, with a history stretching back almost 20 years. Norbert Dickel. At Dortmund, he's simply Nobby. Stadium announcer, cult hero, and right now, he's hungry.
2 hours, exactly 2 hours before the game, we have the victory sausage. It's long since become a ritual here, and without it? No, I can't even imagine that. It's only a sausage, but an important one.
We're good?
All good.
How many do you want?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here we go.
The totemic sausage. The ritual isn't complete unless he's here as well. Nobby's friend, Tom.
He's got to go now. He was here once and we lost, almost 10 years ago. Now he's only allowed to eat a sausage here.
Strange but true. Tom comes to every home game, has his sausage with Nobby, then probably leaves again. Because if he stays, Dortmund are bound to lose. Superstition has its place in football's high temples. This is one particularly endearing example. Jörg Bernhardt on the way to his favourite piece of equipment.
This is our floodlight tableau. It was installed in 1974, and we still control the floodlights using this time-honoured setup.
Not exactly cutting edge, but perfectly functional.
The way I'm switching on the various floodlight sections now, this is just how it's been done for decades.
They pride themselves on all forms of tradition here. Even in broad daylight, the floodlights are powered up before every game. With this venerable apparatus.
And we want to keep it this way. It's a working museum piece.
2.5 hours to kick off. It's time to open the Signal Iduna Park turnstiles to another 80,000 plus crowd. It's a veritable sea of black and yellow. Borussia Dortmund in their hearts, a source of inner and outer warmth. Next to arrive, it's the team buses. The local heroes disembark and head for the tunnel. Visitors Freiburg are from Germany's deep southwest, awkward opponents with a tactically astute coach who invariably comes equipped with a made-to-measure match plan. High spirits in the home camp, a brief stop-off in the changing room, then it's out for a first look at the pitch. Nobby's doing the rounds as well.
The best keeper in the world, bar none.
How's things?
Good.
Same here.
A few words with backup keeper Roman Weidenfeller, another Dortmund club legend. The famous Südtribüne, the South Terrace, is always the first part of the stadium to fill up. Standing room only for 25,000 people. It's unique in world football. Now the stadium announcers officially on shift. It's always a mix of excitement and routine.
My pulse would normally be racing. For some reason, I'm a bit more relaxed today.
The last drink of water for the grass. Now the pitch is good to go. In the bowels of the stadium, final preparations are underway. Everyone has their own familiar drill. And now, the air of concentration is palpable. Nobby welcomes every player onto the pitch. He played up front for Dortmund himself in the 1980s, a fan's favourite even then, and he hasn't lost his motivational powers.
Get stuck into them.
On a Bundesliga match day, 81,360 fans can squeeze in here.
There's nothing quite like it. The people here, the fans. It's a privilege to be here.
A new angle for the start.
Hier ist die Mannschaftsausstellung von Borussia Dortmund. Mit der Nummer 38, Roman. Mit der Nummer 7, Jaden.
You will never walk alone, certainly not at Dortmund. 80,000 inside Signal Iduna Park.
With the crowd in full voice, the team head out to join them. In the dressing room, kitman Frank Greven is already prepping everything for half-time. The calm before the storm.
Borussia Dortmund hosts SC Freiburg this afternoon as they go in search of their 500th Bundesliga win. The weight of history is on Dortmund's side. If you want atmosphere, you're in the right place. Much better stuff. Pulisic nearly came up nice. Still has come up nice for Shinji Kagawa.
0,9. Spielminute 1:0 für unseren BVB. Torschütze der Spieler mit der Nummer 23, Kagawa.
It's been an up and down season for Dortmund so far. And they're not having it all their own way today either.
Jetzt kommt der Ball in die Mitte und der kommt richtig gefährlich in die Mitte. Schön aufgepasst vom Pulisic.
A worrying phase for the hosts. And they're all feeling the tension.
A little bit better from Freiburg. They're actually getting inside. Oh, very much inside. That ball almost looked to have gone out. Everybody looked to have stopped, but Freiburg didn't.
Zwei Leute.
Bang on time. 1-1 the score at half-time in the Signal Iduna Park.
It's been tight so far. We got an early goal, but then Freiburg hit back. They're very well organised defensively. We're having a few problems breaking them down, but I think we can still take it up a notch.
We started well, maybe weren't energetic enough in the follow-up. Now Freiburg have got back in the game, and they're generally making life hard for us. But then again, they're 8 games unbeaten in the league. They're a very good, solid side. We're still going to win, though.
Hello, welcome back to the temple of football that is Signal Iduna Park.
Was ist das denn?
Chasing their 500th Bundesliga victory, Dortmund are caught with a spectacular sucker punch. A dream goal from an objective point of view. From that of a Dortmund fan, the stuff of nightmares. After the game, the protagonists give their view.
He shot directly and it was the perfect shot. I ran back, but I was not fast enough.
I anticipated it a bit. I've played with Orman. I know he likes to push out and help the team. That obviously carries a certain risk. And then pedalling backwards, you can ask any keeper. It's very difficult to claw the ball away. There was a bit of luck as well, but it dropped into the top corner.
The Signal Iduna Park can be an intimidating arena, and not just for the visitors. The Dortmund fans are getting frustrated with their team showing, and they're letting them know it loud and clear from every corner of the stadium.
Dortmund have to find some way through now.
It's not getting any easier for Dortmund. Freiburg are defending deep and in numbers. Can the hosts find a way through? Up in the stands, Nobby Dickles also doing the club's internet radio commentary.
Sancho über die linke Seite. Sancho. Sancho nochmal auf Toljan. Ball kommt in die Mitte. Abgewehrt. Wieder so. Freiburger dazwischen. Nochmal Sancho. Geht jetzt vorbei. In die Mitte. Schuss aufs Tor von Shinji. Das war eine richtig gute Aktion. Schön gespielt. Außennetz.
The game's nearly over. Nobby makes his way pitch side. It looks like he'll be announcing an unexpected home defeat against the underdogs from the southwest. Or can Dortmund still pull something out of the hat?
Dortmund ending the game as they've spent most of it a bit clueless on how to get past the matched ranks of the Freiburg defence. Chance taken. Toljan makes it 2-2, and it's about time, and Dortmund have parity.
A point salvaged at the death. Sheer relief, the immediate reaction. But all in all, it's been a frustrating afternoon. The Signal Iduna Park faithful expect more.
You want to win, obviously, but today it just wasn't to be. No, I don't want to draw at home, I want to win.
Maximilian Philipp on the way to a reunion with his old Freiburg colleagues. You can sense he'd rather have been out there in the thick of the action, match fit again and going for goal himself. But it's been quite an experience all the same. A fan's eye view of Dortmund at home.
Yeah, it's something else. I think there were 81,000 here today. This stadium packs in the biggest crowd in Germany. It's incredible. When it gets really loud when we score a goal, I have to say, it can make your ears ache. Quite a unique stadium.
Ist einfach einzigartig, dieses Stadion.
The action's over. But as the stadium empties out, the post-match discussions continue. Another day's hard graft at this extraordinary football temple for the players and the coaches. A match day in Dortmund, up close and personal. A glimpse behind the scenes, illuminating yet still just a tiny fraction of the whole picture. It could hardly be otherwise here. Among so many faces with so many stories, more than 80,000 of them. All quiet again, though the clean-up operation is yet to come. The light lights are still on, but not for much longer.
You could basically say the stadium never sleeps.
The Signal Iduna Park, one of football's special places in Dortmund and far beyond.